It's time to dust off your favorite chair and sit in front of the big screen TV. Get a drink in your hand because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Your number one host, the Thunder from Down Under, a man on a quest to make money for beer. Sparring DK presents Relegation Regen Rebuild, Atletico Madrid. Hello and welcome to the Season 3 REGENAIRO Awards. We are going to go through and see who, voted from you guys at home, who is the top player, the MVP of the season. We've got a live count here on the live streaming channel, or if you're watching this, it is the edited version. Who will be the champion? I don't know. Leave your predictions in the comments or the chat right now, and we'll get this count underway. So if we take a look at the results from last season, season number 2, it was Jose Manuel who was awarded the MVP of the season with 39 votes, and he was declared to be the captain of season number 3. Will he be able to retain the captaincy, as has been voted by you guys? The winner of the REGENAIRO does become the captain, but who knows who will come out on top? There's some hot prospects in this. A lot of players have had good seasons, so I'll be interested to see who will take out the REGENAIRO for season number 3. Let's get this count underway. We start in game number 1, of course, and let's get straight into the votes. We'll just clear off the existing leaderboard from last season, and let's have a look at who polled in game number 1. 1 vote is for Sancho Gallardo, our Scout Future star. 2 votes for Arnos, and 3 votes for Sergio Alvarez. Now, these boys, you know, have had very good seasons, so they should poll very, very high. We'll have to see how they poll through all 42 games of the season. We move on to game number 2, and we've got 1 vote here for Arnos, 2 votes for Sancho Gallardo, and 3 votes for Jose Manuel. The reigning champion from last season starts his campaign off with 3 points. We move on to game number 3, and we've got 1 vote here for Russo, 2 votes for Aguado, gets his season underway, and 3 votes for Sergio Alvarez, another man of the match performance, to go to 6 points. It's time for game number 4, and we've got 1 vote here for Jose Manuel, 2 votes for Sergio Alvarez, having a good start to the season, and 3 votes for Russo. We move into game number 5. Sergio Alvarez has a 4-point lead on Jose Manuel, and we've got 1 vote here for Arnos, 2 votes for Russo, and 3 votes for Sancho Gallardo. So all similar faces here, picking up points early in the season. It's time for some game number 6 votes, and well, only 6 players have polled so far in the first 5 games. Let's get into this one. We've got Aguado with 1 vote, 2 votes for Sergio Alvarez, and 3 votes for the Frenchman in Sarr with a man of the match performance. We move into game number 7, and we've got 1 vote here for Sancho Gallardo, 2 votes for Sergio Alvarez, having a ripper start to the season, and 3 votes for Cardenas. Okay. We move into the votes for game number 8, and we've got 1 here for Sancho Gallardo, 2 votes for Jose Manuel, and 3 votes for Sergio Alvarez, starting to put a bit of a lead here on the crop behind him. Moving to game number 9, and we have 1 vote here for Sergio Alvarez, just picking up points for fun. 2 votes for Sancho Gallardo, and 3 votes for Cardenas. So the left winger there, Cardenas, he's got a few man of the matches, probably a quiet achiever so far this season. It's time for game number 10, and we've got 1 vote here for Sarr, 2 votes for Duarte, the Mexican, and 3 votes for Aguado, picking up a man of the match performance. It's time for game number 11. We've got 1 vote here for Jose Manuel, 2 votes for Sergio Alvarez, pulling away from the pack, and 3 votes for Rivero, the big centre-back, getting his first points of the season. Let's move in to game number 12. We've got 1 vote here for Sancho Gallardo, 2 votes Sergio Alvarez, 3 votes Aguado. So Aguado making a run now, but Sergio Alvarez moves on to 20 points. Here we go, it's game number 13. We've got 1 vote for Aguado, 2 votes for Arnos, and 3 votes for Sarr. So the big Frenchman in the midfield getting the 3 points there. So we move to game 14. Sergio Alvarez out by 9 points. Let's go. We've got Rivero with 1 point, 2 votes here for Sarr, and 3 votes Sergio fucking Alvarez. Let's go to game 15, and it looks like Sergio Alvarez is having a clean run here at the moment, but we'll see if anyone can run him down. We've got 1 vote here in game number 15 for Sergio Alvarez, 2 votes for Sancho Gallardo, and 3 votes for Duarte. Oh, geez, that's not a bad performance. Unsung heroes taking 3 points here all of a sudden. All right, let's get into game number 16. We've got 1 vote here for Sarr, 2 votes for Ramirez, the goalkeeper, getting some votes here, and 3 for Rios, the big left back, up to a 76 overall and takes his first points of the season. Well, Sergio Alvarez out by 11 points. We move into game 17. And here we have 1 vote for Ramirez, picking up another point for the goalkeeper. 2 votes for Aguado. And it is 3 votes for Sarr. He's had an incredible run here in the last few games. All right, here we go. It is game number 18, and 1 vote here for Sergio Alvarez, leaping away from the pack. 2 votes for Sancho Gallardo. Can he make inroads in this season in the count? And it's 3 votes here for Aguado. Was hot tipped to be the favourite of this chase for the Regenairo, but he is falling behind, and he picks up 3 votes to go to 14. We move into game number 19, and we've got 1 vote here for Quiroga, 2 votes for Lovato, and 3 votes for Jose Manuel, picking up a man of the match performance to go to 10 points. Game number 20, we've got 1 vote for Sarr, 2 votes for Amaral, his first points of the season, and 3 votes. Sergio Alvarez goes to 28 points. Well, we've reached the halfway point of the season. It's Sergio Alvarez out by 13 points. Is anyone going to be able to run him down? Let's get into the count, though. And it is 1 vote for Sergio Alvarez, 2 votes for Aguado, and 3 votes for Russo. We move to game 22. Aguado's moved into 2nd position, but still 13 points behind Alvarez. And we get into the votes, and it is 1 vote for Sergio Alvarez. He goes to 30 points. 2 votes for Aguado, closing the gap ever so slightly, and 3 votes for the Finland left back in Salo. Let's get into game 23. We've got 1 vote here for Russo. He moves into double figures, 10 points. 2 votes for Aguado. He goes to 20 points. And it's 3 votes for Sergio Alvarez. He's had a breathtaking season, hasn't he? We move on to game 24. We've got 1 vote here for Russo, 2 votes for Lovato, and 3 votes for Jose Manuel. Here we go, it's game 25, and we've got 1 vote for Reina. Oh, he's actually pulled a vote. What's going on here? 2 votes for Amaral, and 3 votes for Arnos. Let's go, game 26. We've got 1 vote here for Aguado, 2 votes for Sarr, and 3 votes for Sancho Gallardo. Game number 27, we've got 1 vote here for Lovato, 2 votes, Sergio Alvarez, and 3 votes for Arnos. Game number 28, 1 vote for Lovato, 2 votes for Alvarez, and 3 votes for Arnos. Back to back, same points. Nice voting there, lads. Let's move into game number 29. We've got 1 vote here for Aguado, 2 votes for Arnos, and 3 votes Granero. Well, we've got 12 games to go, 15 points between Alvarez and Aguado. Arnos has made a little bit of a run here. He is into 4th, and Lovato has chipped inside the top 10. He now sits in 9th. Let's get into the votes. We've got 1 vote here for Aguado, 2 votes for Sergio Alvarez, and 3 votes for Lovato. Well, we're into game 31. Sergio Alvarez is on 39 points, which was how much Jose Manuel took the Regenairo last year. Can anyone run him down? Let's get into the votes. We've got 1 vote here for Arnos, 2 votes for Jose Manuel, and 3 votes for Sarr. Game number 32, we've got 1 vote here for Villalba, 2 votes for Sarr, starting to make a run, and 3 votes for Aguado, who goes to 26 points. All right, game number 33, we've got 1 vote here for Aguado, 2 votes for Sarr, and 3 votes Quiroga. All right, here we go. It's game number 34. We've got 1 vote for Sancho Gallardo, 2 votes for Cardenas, and 3 votes for Aguado, and he goes to 30 points. Well, we're closing in towards the end of the season. It's game 35, and we've got 1 vote here for Jose Manuel. 2 votes, Sergio Alvarez. He goes to 41 points. 3 votes for Aguado, and he goes to 33. We move into game 36, and we've got 1 vote here for Jose Manuel. 2 votes for Granero. 3 votes, Aguado, and he closes the gap further. All right, game number 37. Here we go. We've got 1 vote for Gasperoni. 2 votes for Aguado. 3 votes. Who is it? It is Sancho Gallardo. Well, it's squeaky bum time. 4 games to go. Let's get into the votes. We've got 1 here for Vanderbroek. That's his first of the season. 2 votes here for Arnos. He goes to 20 points. And 3 votes for Cardenas. Ooh, stealing the points. Let's go into game number 39. There's only 3 points here between Alvarez and Aguado. We've got 1 vote for Villaba, 2 votes, Aguado, and 3 votes for Sancho Gallardo. So Aguado closes the gap to 1. All right, here we go. Game number 40, and it's 1 vote, Sergio Alvarez. 2 votes, Aguado. And 3 votes for Cardenas. Well, it is tied at the top of the table with 2 games to go. Well, it's 2 games to go. It's tied up on 42 points apiece. Who will take out the Regenero? Let's get into the votes. We've got 1 here for Granero. 2 votes for Arnos. 3 votes. Aguado, he goes to 45 points. Well, we move into the final game of the season. Aguado was out by 3 points. Alvarez will need a man of the match performance. Let's get into the final votes. We've got 1 vote here for Lovato, 2 votes for Gasperoni, and 3 votes for The Rock. And Aguado is named the Regenero champion for season number 3. He will be our captain going into the top flight next season. And, well, what a fucking return in the second half there for Aguado. Alvarez came out of the blocks early, but Aguado has chased him down. What a run this has been in the Regenero. He takes it with 45 points, the highest point count so far in this series. Well done, Aguado. You will be given the captaincy for season number 4, and that is where we will finish up the Regenero. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I've been Sparring DK. You've been wonderful. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.